on, Sharks? My name is Alexio Gibson. I was born and raised in the Bahamas, and I am here seeking $500,000 for 5% equity in my company. Now, I'm a pretty healthy guy, but I wasn't always this way. In fact, when I was 21 years old, I weighed over 500 pounds and was told that I wouldn't live to see 30. So I knew that I needed to do something right away to get my life back. I started working out more, eating healthy, and even went vegan, Mark Cuban.
Yeah.
So during my transformation, I found a nutritionist ingredient that had 90% of the minerals that our human bodies need, and I incorporated it into my life every single day. Now, what is it? It's called sea moss. Sea moss is a powerhouse marine algae that exists in our oceans and has 90% of the essential minerals that our human bodies have. I wanted everyone to have this product so that they can become the best versions of themselves as well, which is why I created the Transformation Factory, a line of mouth-watering sea moss gels that you can take and get 90% of your nutrients with 2 tablespoons every day. So tell me, Sharks, who's ready to transform the world with me and see nothing but green in the future?
Wow, that's a ding ding. Well, everybody could be healthier. Heck, I could be healthier. That's for darn sure. So I'm curious. I mean, anytime pretty much anything steps into the tank, Mark Cuban is generally ready to pounce. So I'm really curious about this. Actually, one of our viewers here in the super community reached out to me. He sells sea moss here in the Philadelphia area, and I don't know much about it, but I'm open-minded enough to learn about it and see what they have to say. So hopefully Mark doesn't totally skewer Alexio here, but we're gonna check out his website at the end and social media. So stick around for that as well.
Sharks, in the front of you, you have our mouth-watering line of sea moss gels for you to try yourself. You'll be tasting our mango, strawberry banana, pineapple, dragon fruit.
It's almost like jam or jelly.
Yes.
More like a smoothie. It tastes more like a smoothie.
So sea moss has 90% of the essential minerals that our human bodies need to function. So you have zinc, boron, you have iodine that treats thyroids, and it also treats the gut. The only sweetener in this is agave, organic agave syrup.
Alexios, you said you lost 300 pounds?
Yes, I did.
How did you do that? And what was that like?
Well, I remember reading an article that, some weight loss contestants, I'm like, man, these people are as big as I am. Some of them are twice my age. What's my excuse? I can do 6 hours. Let's do this.
Wow.
I became obsessed with becoming the best version of myself. I would literally be on the elliptical, and I'd be envisioning what does a more healthy version of myself look like, a more confident version. And I started chasing that guy.
I just go back for a second here. I love this logo here. Let me see if I can blow it up here. So yeah, that is pretty awesome. It reminds me of Big Hero 6, which is pretty cool. Exoskeleton, skinny guy in a big guy suit. The only thing, I mean, it's a lot of words on the right, but it's not terribly laid out. I just like the factory, the best version of yourself. I don't know. There's things like that, I think, but I like the robot suit illusion illustration there. I like that a lot.
And I started chasing that guy in my mind.
Very, very strong.
Yeah.
Yep. Congratulations.
Seriously. Thank you guys. Thank you.
What are your sales right now?
Right now, we are at 3.5 million sales today. We started 11 months ago.
Holy cow.
How are you distributing it to get that kind of trajectory?
So the way this actually started, my 80-year-old grandmother was visiting from the Bahamas, who has a lot of core mobilities and taking medication, so I knew I wanted to protect her. I would put this in her coffee every morning. I was sharing stories on my Instagram story, just showing like sea moss lattes every 8 o'clock in the morning, and I'll give it to grandma. And they're like, I know what sea moss is. I keep hearing about it. Can I please stop by and get some? I'm a registered nurse. I'm in the COVID wing. And I'm like, absolutely. You ladies are soldiers. Come over, grab it. We didn't charge. And I was giving this away for free, not even thinking that it could have been a business. And it wasn't until I was getting about 60 orders a week, I said, why don't I open an online store to make the process simpler? It exploded. From there, we started running ads. We started getting more SEO traction. We had an 800% growth from February to March when we started running ads, and people knew that we existed.
Did you make any money on this?
All right, so let's break that part down, right? So look, businesses can come out of anything. Assuming Alexio's, this is a genuine story. I take it at its word, right? That is pretty awesome. You start now. I know the person that I know here in Philly that sells it would talked about similar type things like joints and like joint pain and things of that nature, and enabling people who wouldn't have as much mobility to have better mobility with their by taking this and just making it part of their daily regimen. So I'm open. Like I mean, the look on Mark's face may be a little skeptical, but again, let's see. Maybe he doesn't want to skewer him just yet.
3.5 million in sales?
Yes, we have about 35% profit margin.
That's what
So
you
you've made $1 million in profit.
Yeah, 1.4 million. We poured a lot of it back into the business,
fine.
but we have extremely healthy cash flow.
And is it all still direct to consumer?
It's direct to consumer, 100% online.
So I'm curious what you'd use our money for.
So the way I would use the money is I actually want to have a transformation factory where we have the ingenuity and the machines to shelf stabilize our products.
You want to do that to get on retail shelves, right?
Yes, we want to get on retail shelves.
How much are you selling these bottles for?
So an 8-ounce raw CMOS sells for $24.99.
Whoa. This is $24.99?
Yes, $24.99.
Whoa.
But you only use
That is quite expensive. I mean, that's wow. That is.
tablespoons. You don't need the whole jar.
And what does it cost you to make it?
The cost for the smallest jar is $4.15.
That's good margins.
Yes,
All
it's
right.
great margins.
So how are you dealing with this when you manufacture it? How are you making sure it's clean, safe, pure?
Great question. So, because this comes from outside of the United States, it has to be FDA cleared and cleared by customs to even enter for consumption.
Why would anybody...
Whoa, hold on. That alone, getting FDA approval for anything is like a long-term process. It's interesting that it has to be FDA cleared being brought in, but yet we have supplements out the wazoo, like entire stores full of supplements of all kinds of things that have very limited, I'll say, limited oversight here in the States. And basically, from my understanding, from what I've read, is that the FDA just does not have the amount of resources needed in order to be able to monitor, test all the facilities. Like they are and this was probably maybe 10 years ago, 10 years ago, that I remember reading this article, like this whole big thing explaining like why supplements, how does fish oil end up with like a whole bunch of mercury in it, or how does, and that might be a bad example because like there's lots of mercury in the water, blah, blah, blah. But how does things fall through the cracks when it comes to quality assurance? I think it was there was a run up of fish oil having mercury at one point, because I used to take fish oil way back when, and then this whole story came out, but like the ones I was taking was not affected allegedly from that problem, but it is a thing. I mean, we gotta protect. I get that not everything is going to end up being FDA approved, and we don't want to necessarily stranglehold every possible, cure, supplement thing that you can take for your health, at least, out of the gate. So it's kind of, to me, I'd rather have the resources to know that's not to find out faster if something is safe, rather than oh, this was on the market. It was a ephedrine, right? This was on the market for 10 years. Oops. It really wasn't necessarily that good for you. Okay, it wasn't necessarily good for a small portion of people apparently, and then it gets taken off the market. So I'm somewhere in between on the whole FDA thing. I think they need more resources to be able to clear things, so we can at least assure that we have safe supplements on the table for us to
pay $24.99 for a tiny bottle of what looks like baby food. How did they learn about this?
This is a culturally driven product, right? In our community, African American community, this is something that is now being raved about, and we're seeing growth in it. So I've actually purchased it, and it was in a plain jar, and it was like an exclusive buy. It almost felt like a drug deal, I'll be honest.
The guy I was talking to, it sounded like he was doing a drug deal, and he was I was on the phone with him, and he's pulling up and talking to the guy out of his, out the window of his car. And yeah, I would agree.
That can get you some, and I was like, all right, I'll try it. So everything that you're saying, I do know to be true. What I'm most intrigued about are your numbers. Do you have other investors or partners right now?
I am a sole owner. I have no debt. Being first-generation entrepreneur and everything, this is where I do need help. To where, I really want a strong financial background and a system. That's one area that I would love to be extremely
And why are
tight
you only giving us
as we
5%?
grow.
And why did you ask for $500,000? Because you don't need the cash, and you know if you need that much help and guidance, 5% is not going to get us excited.
So, I'm very flexible in that. I'll tell you what I'm looking for the most is I want to work directly with one of you, I just want to be a sponge and keep growing as an excellent CEO.
I gotta be honest, man. For me, you're checking so many of the boxes. Me being a health and wellness guy, I can understand how this could fit in my other verticals. There's tons of things that I'm now getting my hands into. Something like this could be of interest.
Yes.
I don't see 5% doing it for me. I'm going to ask for 20%.
Yeah.
I think that you're going to need a significant amount of help in building the infrastructure to run your business.
Can I tell you something? I was going to make an offer of 20% as well. I think that's a fair price, and I think I have the expertise to help out in a real meaningful way.
So then if that's the case, Barb, then if you want to, we split the 20%, we keep the offer at $500,000, and we go 10 to 10.
Great idea.
That's our offer.
I want to thank you, Barbara and Kevin, so much for your first initial offer. I do want to give the Sharks an opportunity to hear their offers as well.
Understood.
I like that.
That is understood. Are we going to come to a royalty deal here with Mr. Wonderful? I tend to think we will. It would be great to see Kevin and Barbara get into a deal here. I thought the 5% was definitely low. Amazing that he has no partners, money in the bank, and it literally has changed his life. Figuring out how to bottle it and make it, or jar it up, I should say, and make it that way. So that's awesome, Alexio. Really proud of you to be able to hear that. But as long as somebody else is in, I think you could probably get that $500,000 down to about 15%. Maybe split between Kevin and Barb there.
First initial offer. Interesting. Okay, well, let me give you my first initial offer, okay, and tell you what I do with this. I'm really intrigued. I love revenue. I love cash flow even more. You got both, so that's really impressive.
Yes.
I'm going to ask for more, actually. I'm going to give you the $500,000 for 30%.
Whoa.
And I'm going to put Chef Wonderful behind it, and I'm going to sell it direct. I sell millions of dollars of sous vide, cakes, wines, spices, you name it.
None of that has anything to do with the CMOS.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it for 20% because the amount of work in setting this up and actually fulfilling to a giant direct-to-consumer play like QVC is really, really challenging.
We hear you.
Alexia,
Yes.
I've had an offer on the table way too long.
All
Tell
right,
me right
so,
now if you
just
would
to-
like to move forward or not.
Commercial breaks.
I love the fact that you guys are interested. What I would say is 20% is a huge amount for $500,000 based
the
on
30%.
our current sales. We're doing over $500,000 a month in sales. Our profit margins are great. There's a lot of room for growth. We've managed to do this on our own, and
You
there's
hope.
so many things
You
that
hope
we
because you
haven't
don't know what you
scratched.
don't know.
Right.
Alexia, with all due respect, you sound like you really
True.
need our help and expertise, particularly when you want to make a left-hand turn into the retail space.
Yep. Yes.
We know how to not tell you what to do. You're the majority shareholder. But we
Yes.
can certainly weigh in on what's wise and what our experience has been to help you make a better decision.
Yes.
I don't imagine you could go anywhere else where you could get the notoriety that this character to my right, this cutie pie right here, I'm in
Thank you,
love
Barbara.
with.
Thank you.
Well, I would 100% agree with you. My kind of offer to Kevin and Barbara would be for 20%, $800,000 in the company.
Whoa. Okay.
That's
So I was going to pause it to go that direction with it. But that's I mean, you kind of see it on Barbara's face. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. No way.
So,
I love
in
you
our
so
numbers.
much and it sounds so juicy, but no thank you.
Kevin.
Barb, are you interested in countering back and going to 600 and staying at 20%?
I honestly feel $500,000 with the help
Kevin.
he needs is the right number.
I'll do it with you at that place.
Okay.
There you go.
If you want to go at 600, right?
Yes.
And keep it at 20%.
Yes.
I'm telling you, I truly do believe that there's a significant value in what you have here.
Yes.
And I do honestly believe in your growth potential and also you as a business person. I'm sold on you.
Yes.
You're going to need people that have relationships. I know that if Mark aligns himself with me, that makes whoever I want to get on the phone even that much faster.
Ran over.
I said I
You
would go to
said you didn't
600.
want to go to
But you
600.
didn't even take a breath. Now I'm jealous.
Well, that's business, Barb. You know, like I know, you can't
Barb, is he
think
still
about
a
it.
cutie pie?
No, not at all.
So now you have an offer
Yes.
where it's
So,
Mark
Alexio,
and
what do
Kevin
you
for
want to do? You have to do us
600,000.
for 600.
I love that.
I mean, it's you know what's crazy to me is look, before he gets there, Barbara decided that $50,000 more was just a bridge too far. A bridge too far. $50,000 more. I mean, Kevin, Mr. Wonderful's offer probably could just, drop out at this point, unless he wants to come in and try to squeeze them a little bit. But he might end up being surprised and getting the deal taken. Talking about wine and stuff. Come on, man. This is a health thing. This isn't mental health.
Mark, I'm a huge fan. We're both vegan. I love it. 600,000, 20% to work with both of you would be incredible. You guys have a deal.
Woo! Congratulations.
Hey, man, your account is big things and big things, man.
Thank you.
Love your
Yes,
story.
thank
Love
you.
your story. Love your business mind. All right?
Making a deal with Mark and Kevin is incredible, and growing my business with them is a dream come true. Yeah, I got a deal. Yeah, baby.
Hey, Kev, you just drowned Barbara in the ocean.
Well, I didn't drown Barbara in the ocean. I wanted Barbara.
Got away from me so fast.
I wanted Barbara as a partner there, but Barbara didn't want to go up.
And he's a rock solid guy.
What a guy. Honestly,
Yeah,
though.
guy.
I think a story behind a product makes a product that much better.
Ding, ding. Stories definitely do sell. Speaking of stories, Alexio, I'd love for you to come here on this channel. Just drop it down, comment down below, and we'll make that happen. So let's check out his website here. Leaving so soon? Don't leave. 15% off right there. There you go. You got Alexio right there. You got the different. The jars remind me of something. Isn't there like a roasted pepper or something like that kind of thing that comes in with like the black lid jar? It reminds me of like a cross between like the whey proteins but in glass format, and the black jar reminds me of the which one now of that roasted pepper. I don't really cook, so I couldn't tell you. But anyway, we got sea moss gel here, 671 reviews, 721 reviews. That's ding worthy for sure. $35.99, $30.99, $43.99. That is wow. Here you go. You get the tropical bundle for $90.99. Incredible. I might have to try this out for the channel, and so if you want to see that, drop a comment down below, and we'll see if we can get some in here and try it out with the kids. Assuming kids can have it. Anyway, 60,000 people following this. In fact, I know somebody that follows this already over on Facebook. Great to see. Lots of engagement here. We got Instagram, 85,000, almost 86,000 followers. Congratulations. Very cool. Tons of engagement. Love seeing the support. Just like I love seeing comments down below. Like it's from Dana, who says, I now wonder what you'd say when I watch a pitch that's not on your channel. Your commentary is fantastic, and you really make me start putting faces in more places. I love faces in more places. Let's go. As I like to always say, I like seeing faces, and it's always great. Even on this channel or this site here, you got Alexio's face right there at the top. People identify with faces. Anyway, thank you, Dana, for being a part of the super community. Is greatly appreciated. I'll see you in one of these two videos right here. Take care and go be super.